Well, you know, some people really have struggled when it comes to all the things that we're going to cook on Thanksgiving. How do we make the gravy? The gravy's so important and it has to be good. So, of course, Carl Benson's going to just help us out so much.
Well, I just like the whole thing that says Carl's Gravy Tips. I feel like,
Yes.
wow, how about that? Who's
Carl
not special?
Benson cooks Bellicor. Okay, so both my mom and my sister make great gravy.
Yeah.
My mom uses flour. My sister uses cornstarch.
Sure.
Both work, or which one do you prefer?
I mostly use flour, just because it's what we're familiar with. It's
Okay.
what my dad used when he would make gravy. They thicken in a different way, and flour can sometimes get lumpy, which is part of why people, I think,
And then it tastes like flour if you don't do
flour.
it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So how do we not
Okay.
have that happen? What
So
happens here?
Let's just start with, we're taking the bird out of the oven.
Yep.
And pan drippings is the key.
The key.
So we have some pan drippings in the bottom.
That's
of
the
that.
magic sauce
The
right there.
magic sauce.
Okay.
Pan drippings and stock.
Okay.
All right, so there's a little sort of oil in the bottom here, fat that drips off the bird.
Sure.
So to the fat, you want to add a little bit of flour, right? And this is where, what we talked about, where flour can be a little bit of a challenge. So you want to cook the flour in the fat, make a roux.
Okay.
So by cooking it in the fat, and if there's not enough fat, then you can add some butter to it.
I did notice you added butter,
I
because
did.
butter makes everything better.
Butter makes it better, as they say. And then I'm going to turn this up just a hair.
Okay, so you're cooking it kind of on the side there before you...
Exactly.
Okay.
And you have to be sort of flexible in that you don't know how much drippings and how much fat are coming off your bird. This was just a a turkey breast that I used.
So there wasn't a
demo.
ton.
There was not a ton. And if your bird is big, you might end up with a lot.
Yep.
So you have to kind of look at it. And if the bird is big and there's a lot of fat in there, like sometimes there's fat around the neck, and if you don't cut it off, it'll drip and you'll get a lot of fat in the pan.
Yep.
So you want to tip the pan to the side so that the fat, you can scoop off some of that fat. So what you really want is a couple of tablespoons of fat
Okay.
or butter.
All right.
And then you want to cook the flour, and that's called making a roux. All right, so once the flour gets cooked on the side and we can see it starting to bubble a bit.
I see that. Okay.
Yep. And it's where the burner sort of lies on here. This is a good reason why you want to cook in a roasting pan.
Yeah.
So a lot of questions that people come up with is like, you've seen those tabletop cookers that they used to use in the high school hot dog stand, and
Right.
somebody's grandma had one, and then she would cook the turkey in that pot. When there's a lot of liquid in there, you don't get the pan drippings for gravy. All right, so now we have the drippings that are there.
Well, it's nice to use the same thing anyway, just because
Exactly.
then you don't have to dirty up another pan.
Yep, and then, so we're just gonna start to stir that roux in here.
And is this turkey broth?
This is turkey broth, yes,
Okay.
turkey stock.
Turkey stock.
I would say of the many things that we can all make that are a little bit extra time and energy, making stock from scratch, not from scratch, like a fortified stock. Use the turkey stock from you see how now in the pan, all those drippings are starting to break up.
And the flour is making it, a
the
little
flour
bit
is
thicker.
making it thicker.
All right.
So I'm going to turn the heat up just a hair. So going through the extra effort to make like a fortified stock, which is just take the turkey broth that you get at the grocery store and then cook it with some turkey parts like drumsticks and wings. All right, so
Then you'll end up with that broth.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then it's got the good turkey flavor, and you're not saying, oh, why does the gravy not taste like the turkey? So you get good pan drippings, and you can see they're all.
Oh, we're kind of coming
starting-
together here.
Yes.
Do we add any more flour or butter, or
At this point, no.
just let it kind of boil up?
You've got to let it cook.
Okay, gotta let it cook.
And the cooktop here is a little.
Yeah, well, it's not the best cooktop.
Well,
so,
no, and it's not heating super fast. So
and so you bring it up to just like a simmer,
even to a boil,
and that'll let
and you'll
it thicken
see
up, right?
then the gravy will thicken in there. But now you see the bottom of the pan is all nice and everything is loosened up.
Perfect.
So right at this, and there's some chunks in here. So now if you read recipes or you read a magazine, some people will say you want to put it, see now it's starting to boil. You want to put it through a strainer to get those bigger, like the drippings that don't necessarily break down. So this is kind of a nice visual because that's kind of how you, and now it'll start to thicken.
Yeah, look at that. It's looking perfect.
So we can add And now, does your mom or your sister, do they make their gravy with cream?
Gosh, you know what? I think that my sister does. Do you add anything?
I do. I
Okay.
like to add a little cream to that.
Ready for that?
Yep.
Okay.
There we go. That's probably all we need. Just see, now we're
Oh, look at
lightening
that.
it up,
That looks
and you
great.
add a little thickness to it. And as that cooks down,
Yep.
and what you can do now, so as we all have, I'll take just a little splash more just to make it
Little
even.
splash
On
more.
this side here.
Okay.
Come on there. There
Our
we go.
producer Justine has a
Good.
question.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
Justine, what's
Good.
your question? Okay, so if it gets thin,
Yep.
too much stock, or
Then
so
I would say leave it on the.
just
leave
let it. Yeah,
just
don't
let
put
it-
any more
Nope.
flour in. Just let it. Oh, and
Just-
look at that. That
see?
is coming together just
Yes.
perfect.
And then now you can turn the heat down. Let's just say you get it to this point here. And you're like, okay, now I got to get the turkey sliced and I got to get the mashed potatoes out.
Yeah.
So you want to just see now it's boiling nice. So this will continue to thicken as
Oh,
it
it's
sits.
looking really good.
And you have time at this point. So you can turn it way down on a simmer.
Yep.
And then you bought yourself
Oh wow.
even 10 minutes, right?
That is velvety.
Yes.
Fabulous.
I don't know if it can show
Not
on the.
no lumps.
Nope. Because we
Mr.
cooked the
Carl looks
gravy.
so good. Hey, you know what? What a great Christmas gift for anyone in
Gravy?
your family.
Yes, gravy's a
Gravy's
good
the
Christmas
gra-
gift.
It is.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
But if anyone wants to learn to cook, or they want to learn something specific, or they're really into something, maybe the kids are into something, what a great idea
yeah,
to
look at
buy
the whole
some
catalog.
cooking classes
Yes.
for next year for your loved ones.
Yes, it's a great Christmas, and you get a little gift card, and then give whoever you're giving this to. I was talking about it with Justine. That just get a gift card and then give them the catalog or give them the website.
And they can go ahead.
sign up.
Oh,
And
there's so many good classes. You have classes at Edina, St. Paul, and also in the North
in
Loop.
the North Loop.
All
Yep.
three places.
All three. And January, February, March is rockstar time.
And
They
that
are
is a
just
great
busting.
time to just
And you need
spend some
something to
time
do.
in the kitchen. You need something to do. Spend
Right.
some time in the kitchen.
Which was what we're doing, making gravy.
And look at
hanging out.
that. And of course,
See, now it's really nice and thick.
Carl's also going to be assigned to the best stuffing ever. That's, of course, also part of this book cooking show. And then some sage at the end. All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
And we have this recipe, of course, on carol11.com. And also, you can go ahead and get all the recipes for this entire show by texting recipes to 763-797-7215. All right, we'll be right back.